How is it going, everyone? The PlayStation Store is running its November savings sale as well as its indie sale right now. There's thousands upon thousands of deals that are running right now, and I am here to take a look at some of the historic low game deals. So if you're not familiar with that, these game deals are at lower prices than ever, and this isn't covering everything that is hitting that threshold, but there are a lot of games, and we've got 20 deals that I do want to highlight in this video. So a lot to go over, so let's get right into it, and I'll kick things off with what I think is one of, if not the best deal that I've seen across both sales right now, and that is Frostpunk, the Complete Edition, the Complete Collection, I should say. 89% off for $4.94. You get the base game and the Season Pass. Now, this game might not be for everyone in the sense that this is more so a game that I feel like is in line with PC gamers and playing it on PC, keyboard and mouse and everything like that, but 11-bit Studios did bring Frostpunk to consoles, and the PlayStation 4 version is a decent transition of that. It's a city builder survival title that is pretty grim in how it's designed. I think it's one of the more emotionally gripping games, and this style of game is really not my cup of tea, but as far as city builders with like a compelling atmosphere and an engrossing world, like I definitely thought this did a great job. It's a society survival and strategy game where heat means life and every decision comes at a price. In an entirely frozen world, people develop steam power technology to oppose the overwhelming cold, and you have to make decisions throughout the game in terms of gathering resources, but then you put your community in danger or potential danger, and it's this management of risk and reward. It's really well done, and I thought it was a fairly engaging game. It did get a sequel in Frostpunk 2, but the original $4.94, great deal there. You get the DLC with that as well, so fantastic pickup there. Definitely would recommend that. Next up, we have Final Fantasy 16, the Complete Edition, 50% off for $34.99. I loved Final Fantasy 16. I know it's a very, very divisive game, and a lot of the divisive Final Fantasies I ended up really enjoying, particularly Final Fantasy 12. I loved that game when it came out. Like, nowadays, people look back at that game with very fond memories, and people love the Zodiac Age, so on and so forth. But right when 12 came out, it was a divisive game. I liked it right off rip. 13, love that game right off rip. One of the most divisive Final Fantasy games of all time. 16, another game that's incredibly divisive, but a game that I absolutely love. More often than not, I really enjoy the Final Fantasy games. 15 is the one that I thought was incredibly disappointing, but you know, 16 I thought was a great game. Yes, it leans very much on being an action game more than an RPG, and you can make the argument that it doesn't have a lot of depth to it, although, you know, chaining together some of the combos is definitely fun, and that aspect is good, although the base difficulty, the game is super easy. There is a harder difficulty when you beat the game. I really wish, and I get it, that, you know, they increased the level cap in the second playthrough in the Final Fantasy mode, and maybe they couldn't implement it right out the gate, but I really think this game would have benefited from having a hard mode right out the gate, because I talked to a lot of people that was their issue with the game, that it was a little bit on the easy side, and when it is leaning more so on the action game elements, you probably want a more challenging option. Nonetheless, I enjoyed this game from a narrative standpoint. The soundtrack was great, Clive is a great character, the visuals are stunning, and it's an absolute spectacle of a game in terms of game, and sometimes that's what we want out of games, and sometimes I really appreciate that. I feel like, oh man, you guys just care about big cutscenes and good graphics. Guess what? Yeah, I enjoy those things. You want to put me in jail for that? Yeah, I enjoy good cutscenes and good visuals and things looking cool, alright? Oh my god, that's not what gaming's about. Well, whatever, dude. If you enjoy that, you'll enjoy Final Fantasy 16 as well. For $35, you get the DLC as well, and I think the DLC is pretty good, especially Rising Tides is quite good, so definitely recommend this. $35. The base game has some pacing issues and some portions of the game I wasn't crazy about, but overall I really did dig it, so $35 for that. Conscript is $8.79, is available on PlayStation Plus Extra. This was a pretty well-received game, a survival horror game inspired by the classics of the genre, set in 1916 during the Great War. It'll blend the punishing mechanics of older horror games into a cohesive, tense, and unique experience. You play as a French soldier searching searching for his missing in action brother during the Battle of Verdun? Will you be able to search twisted trenches, navigate overrun forts, and cross no man's land to find him and ensure a home goes unbroken? That is available right now at a new low price of $8.79. We got Blasphemous 2, 60% off for $11.99, a new low on this as well. The follow-up to Blasphemous, the second scripture in the Blasphemous series, portends the return of the Pentient One with a story that continues from the Free Wounds of Eventide DLC for the original game. Explore a fuller, non-linear world. You've got Savage Combat, customize your playthrough your way with the ability to customize and improve your base skill set alongside several new unique weapons to unleash devastating attacks on enemies, grand intense boss battles, and explore a deep new world. All that is available for $11.99 with Blasphemous 2. Disney's Epic Mickey Rebrushed is getting cheaper and cheaper, and it is 55% off for $26.99. I played Epic Mickey when it initially came out on the Nintendo Wii, and I really liked it back in the day. This version is a good upgraded release of that game. It's just $60 was a little bit hefty for my liking. I would like to see it a little bit cheaper, and it is a little bit cheaper. It's $27 now, and I think if you're into platformers, you'll enjoy it. It's a worthwhile platformer to go through, and this has some quality of life updates. The visuals look good. I think it's a great pickup, and I would definitely recommend it. There is a demo available if you do want to check that out. Shinobi Art of Vengeance, the base game, 30% off for $21. They were putting the Digital Deluxe Edition on sale, and the Digital Deluxe Edition has the Sega Villains DLC, which does look really cool. But Shinobi Art of Vengeance was a game that I really enjoyed. Love the action combat, like the platforming up to a point by the end, and maybe it's an element of you gotta get good, kid. But man, I was getting pretty infuriated at certain points, but I really, really enjoyed the game. A solid like 8 to 10 hour experience, which is perfect for a game like this. If you want to get all the collectibles and do all the content, it'll be a little bit longer than that if you want to take your time and explore every little portion of every area. But for a game like this, I thought the 8 to 10 hour clock time was perfect. And yeah, love the visual style. Man, these guys have just found a really good way to pay tribute to these classic games while also modernizing them. Like, it's not like I grew up playing Shinobi or anything like that, but you get that classic vibe to it. But at the same time, man, I just think the art style is so slick. Had a great time with it. $21 on that. I could see people thinking that's a little bit pricey. I get that, but it just did come out in August, so still a fairly recent release. Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader, 55% off for $22.49. This is another game that very much is more so tied to PC gaming. Like, I feel like this level of depth and dialogue and so much nuance to the game, it's impressive. And I personally think, again, this might be, you're so dumb, yeah, go play Final Fantasy 16 on the simple games, but it's a little overwhelming at times with everything going on in the game. I appreciate it, I certainly appreciate it, but, you know, I think for some people it will be a little bit overwhelming, but if you want an RPG with a ton of depth to it, a lot of nuance, and a lot of dialogue, and a lot of decision-making as well, it's a worthwhile game for sure, and a lot of content as well here. Owlcat Games is super talented, and for $22.49, it's a good pickup. Bear in mind, this game does have quite a lot of DLC. The Voidfarer edition is on sale, 55% off for $45, and that'll get you a bunch of bonus stuff. But yeah, you can check that out right now, and that's at a new low price of $22.49. 9 Souls, $14.99, challenging game, but this game is really, really well received. Sekiro-inspired combat is noted. Stylish visuals. It's not even that old. I want to say it came out around a year ago. Yeah, just about a year ago in a couple weeks. But yeah, really well received game. A little bit more on the challenging side, but for 15 bucks, if you're a Plus subscriber, I think that's a really good pickup. A little bit more expensive, I believe, $16.50 for non-Plus subscribers. Sifu, speaking of challenging games, 75% off for $12.49. Really dug Sifu, and I played this game at a time where I was kind of burned out by challenging games, but I really dug Sifu from a visual standpoint. I just thought it looked really good on that end, a unique art style, and the combat was super enjoyable. Like, I played Absolver back in the day. That was Slowclap's first game, and you can tell that Slowclap set a good foundation for what Sifu became in Absolver, and I feel like, you know, it was a little bit out of left field with Rematch, but I feel like Slow Clap is low-key, like, developing into a great studio, and I do believe in a few years they're gonna put out another game or two, and they're gonna be viewed kind of like Bloober Team in the sense that they're developing a solid roster of games quietly. Like, it's not like Slow Clap is super well known, but I feel like they're growing as a studio, and they're putting out some really quality games, and they've got their own unique style to them, so I always appreciate that. But yeah, Sifu, 75% off for $12.49. Definitely give that a shout. And by the way, that's for the Deluxe Edition. Nothing too crazy with the Deluxe Edition, just, you know, Deluxe Edition outfits and digital art books, which I always kind of think that's useless, but $12.49, a good price on that. Slay the Spire, 70% off for $7.49. Man, I was blown away by Slay the Spire. I played it on PC when it was in the tail end of its early access, and I just saw the reception of the game. It was about to come out of early access, I believe. There was a Steam sale running, and it was discounted, and I was like, the price is gonna go up. Let me just check it out. You know, a game that's received this well. The idea of the game kind of put me off initially, a roguelike deck builder. Like, that idea of a game, like, I never played anything like that. Then I played Slay the Spire, and I was like, the game seems pretty simple, and it's anything but. You realize as you play more and more of this game, wow, there's a lot of depth to it. There's actually quite a bit of nuance, and it becomes an incredibly addicting game that you can spend a lot of hours on. I really dug it. There's a Slay the Spire 2 in development as well for $7.49. If you're into, like, card games, I would definitely give this a shout. And now you're seeing more and more of these games coming out as far as roguelike deck builders. It's just something that works well. I wouldn't have thought mixing a card game with a roguelike would work well, but it does work very, very well, and Slay the Spire kind of proved that, so definitely recommend that. Ghost Trick Phantom Detective, 67% off for $9.89. This was one of the sleeper games on the Nintendo DS, and now it's back. The long-awaited HD remaster of Ghost Trick Phantom Detective, the classic mystery puzzle game, directed by Shu Takumi, creator of the Ace Attorney series, features upgraded visuals and sound. You've got new music arrangements in there as well, so if you're looking for a mystery puzzle game, you'll find that with Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. That is available for $9.89. Next up, do want to give a shout to Assassin's Creed Mirage, the Deluxe Edition, which is 70% off for $17.99. Nothing too crazy about the Deluxe Edition. You get a deluxe pack outfit, eagle mount, and skins, and things of that nature, dagger and sword, digital art book, and soundtrack once again. But $18 is a pretty good price, and this game is getting the free Valley of Memory update this month on November the 18th. So, a good time to check out Assassin's Creed Mirage, a game that I really did enjoy. And honestly, while I can't objectively say it's the best Assassin's Creed game in recent memory, I will say it's the Assassin's Creed game I personally enjoyed the most in recent memory because, as you guys know, I'm not really a big fan of how overwhelming and how big some of these Assassin's Creed games, and Valhalla got crazy with it. I was actually happy they took that back a little bit in Shadows, but Mirage obviously started off as a DLC, and it got spun into its own game, Halo 3 ODST style, and I thought it turned out very, very good. It's a little bit shorter, but that's fine. For this game, I think it works. I liked Basim as a character, and you're gonna get even more content with Valley of Memory, and it's free. I think for 18 bucks, it's pretty good for the Deluxe Edition, so definitely check that out. There is an Assassin's Creed bundle that is available right now with Mirage and Valhalla. That is $25, so you can look at that bundle as you're getting AC Mirage for $15 and Valhalla for $9.99. Like, dude, I put a lot of hours into Valhalla. I really like the Viking setting and whatnot. That's like, you know, not at the level of feudal Japan and Cyberpunk and Wild West to me, but, you know, the tier below that, like, I love Vikings, and I hated Valhalla. So, like, the setting got me by a little bit, but the game itself I hated, but, I still sunk so many hours into it. You know, sometimes I wonder with my gaming decisions, but nevertheless, that bundle is $25. So there you go with that. Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance, 60% off for $24. This is another game that I personally didn't get super into, but I totally get why people like it. A darker tone as an RPG, good turn-based battle mechanics, and if you're looking for that, you'll find a quality game here for 24 bucks. You've got 2 playable story routes as well, so replayability there, and $24 on that is a pretty damn good deal. Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake, 40% off for $36. It's a Square Enix JRPG. If you don't know, these games always hold up in price. You got games like Dio Field Chronicle still going for $20, and shout out to Dio Field Chronicle. I like that game more than most people, but that game still being $20 is insane. But it's Square Enix JRPG. It's gonna hold up in price. You got the HD 2D aesthetic here, and DQ 1 and 2 just came out, and that's being received really well, so check out DQ3, $36 on that. Another Crab's Treasure is $14.99, is available on PlayStation Plus Extra, and got a lot of buzz, got a lot of solid reviews and strong reception as far as critic reviews go and everything like that. If you're looking for a charming Souls, like $14.99 on this, pretty good deal there. Next up, we have Fatal Fury City of Wolves, $24 on this. This just came out, so I feel like this is a sizable discount. I mean, I say just came out, about 6 months ago, 6.5 months ago or so. SNK's beloved Fatal Fury series first hit the market in 1991, and now it's back with an all-new rev system, supercharges the excitement, 2 control schemes, memorable fighters from far and wide descend on the streets of Southtown. You got stylish visuals as well, 24 bucks for Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. Going Under is 80% off for $3.99, a satirical dungeon crawler about exploring the cursed ruins of failed tech startups as an unpaid intern in the dystopian city of Neo Cascadia. You'll wield office junk as weaponry as you make your way through the offbeat procedural dungeons beneath your company campus. That is available for $3.99. Next up, we have Supraland, 70% off for $5.99. Embark on a valiant quest to save your toy village in the hit first-person open-world puzzle platformer. Roam and explore a huge interconnected world, unlock powerful new abilities, and combine them to overcome imaginative puzzles or uncover shrouded secrets. Defeat charging hordes in fast, frantic first-person combat as you battle your way towards an audience with the Blue King. You've got 12 to 25 hours of open-world puzzle, a grand adventure in a tiny sandbox, discover exciting upgrades, and unlock a wide range of game-changing weapons and abilities, family-friendly visuals combined with countless crafty puzzles. That is available for $5.99. Afterimage, 80% off for $4.99. This game has a beautiful, beautiful aesthetic, a hand-drawn 2D action-adventure that emphasizes fast combat with diversified character builds, non-linear levels, and a gripping storyline set in the ruins of a fantasy world. Years after the cataclysm called the Raising nearly brought an end to the human civilization, an amnesiac girl named Renee awakens among the ruins of the city's capital. Explore a non-linear world, fight over 170 varieties of enemies, including 30 bosses, deep RPG mechanics, stunning 2D art style as well. All of that for $4.99. And lastly, game that I've been going to bat for a little bit until then, 50% off for $9.99. I've raved about this game whenever I talked about it. It's one of those games that's super narrative driven. Don't expect any action oriented gameplay, but if you want a narrative driven game that'll tug at the emotional heartstrings, man, Until Then is exactly that. I've always enjoyed these games that go for a, thematically more mature story and, hit you in the feels a little bit. Certainly, I can't play games like Until Then on loop. Like, I can't go from an Until Then into a Gris, into, other games like that, of that ilk that, really try to make you feel. But every now and again, when you fit in a game like an Until Then, and when it clicks, man, it's a game that sticks with you for a long time. So I'm not gonna say, play games like Until Then all the time. I don't think people are emotionally ready for something like that, and I don't think people could take something like that, at least most people. But every now and again, fitting in a game like this that really tries to make you feel, and you give it the time and you invest into the story of the game, I think it's incredibly worthwhile. So $9.99 for that, I think, is a great deal. Throwback visual style that I think will be up a lot of people's alley, but give that a shot. Super likable characters and overall a worthwhile game to go through. That'll do it for me. Again, there's more historic low game deals outside of this, but these are the ones that I wanted to mention. We got 20 deals here, but that'll do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.